everybody. Welcome to Matt Connarton Unleashed, the television edition. I'm Matt Connarton, and to my right, of course, is John Hopwood, and behind... Oh, there we go.
Who's just dying to sing a old German folk song in
Yes.
honor of Fred C. Trump, Donald Trump's father, but Matt doesn't think I can carry a tune.
Yes. No, I assume you can't. And actually, we do have a guest who's going to be joining us momentarily. He's on his way up. He just messaged me. Shawn Mickelonis, who is running for the Executive Council. Shawn was on here May 4th, and he wants to come back on. He's got a video that he wants us to play, which I have up on Facebook here, and we'll play a little bit of that. That's him helping Janet Del Fuoco in court recently. But he also wants to address some of the controversy, of course, some of what's been going on Facebook. Shawn's been catching a lot of hate from Slicko and some other people that I know, as we discussed a little bit of that on your show.
My show that should be skipped, by the way. There's always.
I thought
even Martin Scorsese's made some dogs.
I thought it was very good this week, and here comes Shawn. So Joe's bring him in. Hello, Shawn.
Hello.
You can go ahead and have a seat there.
Actually,
Shawn brought someone with him.
oh, knocked over my cane. Okay.
What's that? Oh, there you go. Have a seat, gentlemen.
You know, I'm running for county treasurer. There's no controversy there because nobody actually runs for the office.
Ah, yes. So welcome back, sir. This is Shawn Mickelonis, and who'd you bring with you?
I brought my director of community relations and events with me today, so we had some meetings to go to, so I'm sorry I'm a little bit late today.
Okay, that's all right. Hi, what's your name?
Andrew Shepard.
Yeah, you gotta pull that microphone up to you.
Oh, okay. There we go.
We're shy one microphone.
Yes.
Are you a state rep?
I was a former state rep.
What does that? Is that one for state rep?
Yeah, for 2006 to 2008.
Let's pull that mic over, Shawn, and then
For 2006.
you can lean in if you have to talk. Yeah.
2006, 2008 state rep.
Okay.
yeah.
All right, we've got a call
Where
already.
are you from?
I actually live in Rochester, New Hampshire.
Okay.
Let's-
so you were.
Let's grab this call. Hi, who's on the line?
Oh, it's Slicko!
Uh-oh. All right, Slicko's calling.
Well, you have to introduce what happened.
Yes. Well, so there has been some controversy before anything happens, by the way. So I just want everyone to know. I want to disclose this. You know, Slicko and I are friends, and we have a business relationship too. We host a show on IPM Nation, which
He
you've been
doesn't
on,
really
Shawn.
like me though in real life.
But I know, but I know that there's been
Well,
some
I love John.
controversy
This
on
new guy, John. Watch out, because
John
this guy's
Hopwood.
all right.
Yes.
I'm coming on your show next week, John. I
Sure,
owe you
come
one.
on.
Sorry, I missed it. I got a
Might
kid
be a-
though. He was on tough.
Get him on my show.
Well, let's.
Might be a full house.
Yes.
More the merrier, I'd say.
Well, let's. And I know Shawn wanted to come on and address this, but let's kind of have you guys talk a little bit about what happened and what's going on, and
Now, where's Slicko from?
Slicko's in Rochester.
Oh, so he is from what is this? What is the executive council, and what is the executive council district?
The Executive Council District goes from the seacoast, Dover, Rochester, Somersworth, all the way out to Concord, all the way out to Keene, all the way down to the Mass border.
That is pretty big
It's
area.
It's kind of a weird design. Like it goes aligned and it kind of veers up. You know, it's
Yeah.
kind of.
It's about a
awkward.
250,000 people.
It's about. I think they have it by like 250,000 people.
Jeez.
All right.
Roughly.
Almost
that's-
like a congressional district.
That's how you and Slicko met, obviously, in Rochester.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So what's the?
At the big show, I want to talk all about tonight. Main reason why I'm calling, actually.
Okay. Well, go ahead, Slicko. Tell us what your beef is, and then we'll give Shawn an opportunity to respond. I want to be fair with all of
Yeah,
this.
no, by all means. Like I'm not.
I've
you
got
know,
my
I-
cane,
I,
Slicko, so behave yourself.
There's a lot of things kind of pending the whole situation here. The more I look into things, the lesser I feel I would do the voting on that side. But all that aside, none of that even matters. I don't even think I can vote. Hold on one second. Can you please get in the house, Daddy's on a very important phone call. I'm on TV right now.
Slicko Jr.
Oh, you want to know where your $20 went, buddy? I'm going to find that out right now.
Sounds
So,
pretty little young to have a
There was a
20-year-old
show,
vote.
I don't know, sometime, I believe the 22nd,
Yeah.
with terminology. A really good kind of a friend of mine, and
So this
it
was a
benefit
hip-hop show.
Do you want to explain that show a little bit, Shawn?
Would I like to
Can Shawn hear
explain?
me?
Would I like to explain that show?
He can
A
hear you,
radio
yes.
show or
Yeah,
a
yeah,
live
yeah.
show?
Explain that show. What I mean.
This was a live
You set
event.
that show up, so kind of explain how all that show happened.
Slicko, I'm putting my director of community events on, and then I'll.
Hey, what's going on,
address it right
Slicko? It's Drew. I was actually me and Slicko were actually talking earlier. I actually came
nice. That's a sly little. That's a nice move, Drew. I like that. Okay, go right ahead.
Okay. So I just got brought up to speed with this whole situation today, and I reached out to Sicko to find out exactly what was going on. The event was actually
didn't quite mention you were going to be on the show with me tonight, but I it's fine. Go
I
ahead.
actually didn't even know you were going to be on the show.
Oh,
but-
okay, that's not a problem.
Oh, me and Slicko?
Yeah.
No, me and
I'm on the show.
Slicko. Me and Slicko
So what
actually.
happened with that show? So you were the one who. I mean, was this your show? Whose show was it? I guess.
It was actually kind of a last minute idea that popped up, and they kind of ran with it. It was
4 days.
basically
How long was that show promoted for? I'm just curious.
less than 2 weeks.
it was promoted less than 2 weeks.
Yeah, because of the simple fact is I had my event on. Actually, a lot less than that because my last event was on the 18th, which was a success. And I ended up starting the promotion right away after that for this.
Okay, let me just kind of so we're all clear. So this show was this was a benefit show, or what was this exactly?
This
It
show,
would appear to be from the flyer that it was a benefit show for. What was the donation supposed to go to? A percentage of the show was supposed to go to the what foundation?
Project Hope.
And what is
Okay.
what is Project Hope?
I'm going to explain a little bit thing. I want to
Yeah,
take
yeah.
the reins on this. I'm going to tell you this is exactly what transpired and what really happened. Okay? I don't want to spend all night dealing with this, but I
Sure,
will
sure.
address it because it's very important for people to know. And also, Slicko is a concerned individual, so
Right,
I
right.
want to address it. It's the right thing to do, and I don't care.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll address anything, and I've got nothing to hide.
Right. I mean, we already know how the show went, so I mean,
Oh,
we know it
let's-
wasn't that great. So I just want a full explanation of start to finish of that show
I am
and
try-
what the intentions were and where it went. That's all I want to know.
So, okay,
go right ahead,
what
please.
I'm trying to do is I'm trying to explain to you. So if you can please just give me a few minutes to explain it so
No, yeah,
we
go
can
right
answer
ahead.
your
Go right ahead.
questions. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
No problem.
What ended up happening is I started one of my political campaign. I ended up doing a sit-down dinner, and I did a show upstairs to try to raise some money for my campaign on the 18th. A week prior to that, I was I was approached by a couple individuals. I'm not going to list names because I'm not going to throw anybody under the bus. That's not right to do.
Sure.
And I'm not going to do that. So what ended up happening is they approached me and say, hey, we really need, there's a nationwide tour that we're trying to endorse and trying to support, which will bring heroin awareness and try to do something positive. And I said, well, how is it going to benefit the state of New Hampshire? What ended up happening is that procedure is supposed to come back to New Hampshire, which had nothing to do with me. This was outside my realm.
Yeah.
So I said, well, I will sponsor this and I will support it and I'll do whatever I can to help get this off the ground so this tour could happen. There was some conflict and some disagreements within their camp, which I have no clue what transpired there. So they ended up splitting parts, splitting ways.
Yeah.
Okay, so I ended up, got stuck holding the bag, so to speak, politically, in name, the whole 9 yards. I still worked with an individual to try to promote the show and try to do this show legitimately to try to raise some money for Project Hope.
So just to be clear, so at this point, the other people who were involved in the show, they were done with it,
Yeah,
and
they-
they kind of left it in your lap, is what you're saying?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And what ended up happening is the majority of that cost burden ended up falling into my lap as well.
Okay.
We ended up we did not pay for the show completely. So what we did, I bring terminology. He now lives in New York City. Obviously, he has to get some some kind of monies, for traveling. Had to pay for his hotel, to make sure he was set up correctly.
Yeah.
So we ended up paying for him to come out from New York, where he moved from Lawrence to New York City. And we paid for his hotel room, which obviously a couple $100 for a hotel room. And he charged about $500 to come out, which
Oh, I wouldn't have said that.
It doesn't matter, okay? Because the honest truth.
Go ahead, sorry. I'm not interrupting. Go ahead.
No, see, the thing is.
Also, let me interject for a second. Also, at the same time, the price really doesn't matter because he also did it under the pretense that may not be his regular fee that he would receive, but this was going to a good cause.
Okay.
So he was actually lowering his costs to help out.
Okay.
The whole thing about it was supposed to have been set up as a partial fundraiser, but we were going to donate part of the proceeds to a worthy cause.
Okay.
So that's what happened.
After cost was done.
Yeah.
And what ended up happening is my partner, which owns a business in New Hampshire, actually at the time he owned 2 businesses in New Hampshire. One of them failed, and so he went to his original one in the Manchester area. He ended up spending about $1,000 himself. I put in almost $550 of my own money in to try to help bring some kind of monies in. And what was supposed to happen is we were going to sell pre-sale tickets for the concert. I had volunteers for security. I had volunteers for my DJ volunteered.
Yeah.
Everybody volunteered, including my artist. Like, he also performed him in Quiet Achilles, which is a Manchester native. It lives, ended up, volunteering their time and coming out. With that being said, we took a huge nosedive. We ended up only having like less than 20 people, and then the majority of the people were artists, which donated at the time. We're not going to charge artists, obviously, to come into an event.
I was told that the artists were charged $150 a set.
No, they were not.
That's what I heard.
And Drew would contest to that.
No, there was no charge for the artists. I knew every artist that performed that night, and all of the artists actually donated their time.
Okay, fair enough.
It comes with the territory. I run an entertainment company, and this was actually when me and Shawn sat down and we hashed out everything, because I've been in the music industry. I've done a lot of booking and promoting of events all the way up and down the coast. I'm originally from Philadelphia, so that's where I started at, and then migrated this way. So we sat down and we talked about it, and just to get things on a more positive spin, we still wanted to run with this cause.
Yeah.
So from there on, we've basically been trying to make sure that we don't have this same scenario happen
again.
Yeah.
And things, mistakes happen. Everything under the sun that day, on top of the lack of promotion, on top of the lack of, sponsorship and decor that was supposed to work with me.
Yeah.
Everything under the sun went wrong.
Yeah. It's tough doing shows like this. And that's something I think we can all agree on.
Well, me and Slicko had this conversation
I just had
earlier.
the worst show of my life 2 Saturdays ago. I get putting on bad shows, but what my main concern is the fact that it was said that it would be donated. So money would be donated. In my personal experience with hip-hop shows and benefits, everything is paid for ahead of time. What you make at the door gets donated. Now, no money was donated. Now, personally, I went to that show with my 2-year-old son, not to see Terminology, not to be at that show, but to donate money for a cause. Now, was my $20 donated?
I'm going to be strictly honest with you. It has not been donated as of right now. And I'll be honest with you. That
show was 3 months ago.
Excuse me. Just give me a second to respond to this, because this is the reason why you called.
Go ahead.
Okay?
That's the whole reason why we're on the show tonight.
Absolutely. And that's why I came on the show. I said, we need to address this, and I'm going to do it in the air. It doesn't matter to me, because A, I respect my community. A, I respect you. I respect everybody involved with that show, and that's why I'm not going to go negative, and that's why I'm not going to throw people under the buses for their mistakes and their mishaps. I made mistakes on that show too. I had a gut feeling not to run with it, and I ran with it because I care about the community and I care about that cause. And I will tell you this, and I'm going to say this straight up and honest with you, that $20 that you donated, you and your son donated to that cause, I will personally take $20 out of my pocket by Friday this week and donate it to Project Hope myself, okay? And we also had another individual, it was part of security, which has not came out, but I'm going to be honest. We might as well air it out and just be honest with everything.
He's going to call. He's going to call as soon as I get off. So you.
Oh, okay. I'll hold.
Let the world know all about him. He's not afraid for you to trash his name up, I'm sure.
Absolutely. What we'll do is we'll handle this, and then when he calls, then we'll
sure.
Rochester sounds like a friendly community.
I mean, the whole thing about it is the whole objective of this is to get to the bottom line of what happened. Was there money donated and everything else? Mm-hmm. I mean, it shouldn't turn into slinging mud and bad talking about people. I mean, there's negatives and there's positives with every situation. And when it comes to the music industry, there's a lot of negatives. There definitely is.
That's something we can all agree on. Yeah.
It's hard. Me and Slicko was talking about it. You have some ups, you have some downs.
Yeah.
But the whole reason why he asked me to come on board was so that way we can prevent these things from happening and run and have positive things from here on out. And that's the whole reason that I came on board.
Yeah.
Because of the simple fact, I heard about the cause. I've known Shawn Mickelonis for a while, and he's a good guy. He has a big heart, and just like I told him, he has big dreams. He wants to do a lot of things, and sometimes you have to surround yourself with the right counsel. Nobody has all the answers.
Right.
Sometimes.
Well, can I just interject there real quick with you, Drew?
Yeah, please.
I feel personally that the council, as you say, but I would say crew that Shawn you're running with is holding you back from your political career 100%. You can't be please donate money to my GoFundMe, go like my Facebook page, I'm running for council, I'm turning up at the club in Salisbury, drug capital, at the club. That's just not making me look good.
Okay.
At all, sir. And that's no disrespect. That's no diss. I'm just telling you that I would never vote for somebody turning up at the club. If you saw Trump hanging out with Mac Miller at the Sapphire in Las Vegas, I think that would be a huge red flag.
Okay.
And that's what people see. So I get concerned when I find out that no money was donated. Then what happened to my money? Did I buy a couple shots for term? Did I buy him a bottle of Henny? I mean, and if you say you'll do that Friday, then I will retract my statement, and I will go take everything down that I put on the internet off. But
That's
until, the main factor is I didn't take $20 of my hard-earned money. I took my kid's piggy bank money. I explained this to my kid. We're going to go give this money to somebody who needs that more than you. Can I take your piggy bank money and we go donate this? And he said yes. Now, maybe my kid doesn't understand that, but when he's 7, 8, 12 years old, he's going to know that he went to an event and donated money for a cause and not to pay for some shots or somebody's bottle. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
so this is where I come from. And whether there was money to donate or not, that $20 could have been donated way before 3 months from now. I mean, would you have donated that money if I didn't call you out on it?
Honestly, I would have. The biggest thing is, and the reason why I would say that is, like I said before, Slicko, I've been extremely busy. I got in a huge district, okay? Obviously, when I'm running a campaign and I'm running in a big district, obviously, sometimes I'm going to drop the ball. I'm going to make mistakes and I'm going to make errors, okay? If you would have sent me a private message and say, hey, Shawn, you know, I would really like you to please think about my son and donate the $20. I would have automatically done it with no hesitation whatsoever. Same with the individuals who.
Well, you shouldn't have to ask. What makes you think that when I handed you that $20 and left that show, what made you think that money should have been donated regardless? I shouldn't have to hound you about that to donate that money. That's wrong, man. That's wrong. And another big thing is it's the budget, right? You're running to control a New Hampshire budget amount of money, and you can't budget a rap show. That's a red flag to me. If you can't budget a rap show at the American Legion, then why am I going to hand you dough? Furthermore, there's no heroin awareness money out there, so I feel the only way and the only thing you're pushing with this political thing is the heroin, the heroin, the heroin. I haven't heard anything out of you other than the heroin. And I've looked at your competition and the people also running for District 2, and they're on a much bigger scale of what they're going to do. So the way I look at it is, do we want to let this guy, is he ready to control the budget of money? And are you going to take money again from my kids' schooling, my kids' after-school program, my kids' books, my roads? We got crap roads in Rochester. Are you going to take my road money to get some junkies off dope? I didn't give him that needle. I didn't give him that heroin.
I'm going to be
I didn't give him that junk.
Okay. No, we get the point.
What does that have to do with me? Why does my tax money have to go help other people get off drugs?
It's a valid question.
It is valid. And, to be strictly honest with you, the reason why you're talking about heroin, the reason why I came on the show tonight, Slicko, was to talk about everything I have been doing and all the things I have been accomplishing in the community. I'm not even elected, and I've been helping people, pushing for people to save their homes, pushing to fight against the court system, pushing to go against. I actually wrote a statement on Facebook, if you actually would have noticed, on a bill that the House voted on.
It's hard to tell when you write on Facebook, man, because you have 30 pictures at the club.
Well, wait.
And
Okay.
Then it's a quick spurt of politicalness.
Let's-
And then it's back hanging out with rappers. That's why I honestly, I don't follow that anymore.
Slicko.
Because it's too convoluted.
Hang on, Slicko. Let's
Go
let
ahead,
Shawn.
Go ahead, finish. I'm sorry to keep interrupting. I'm just very heated about this
It's
situation.
okay. Let's let
honestly-
Shawn address that, because I'm very curious.
Slicko, you got
And I also don't want to hear that all the other things you're
right.
doing.
Well, you got to let
I
him.
want to hear about how you plan to run this budget.
Let him answer.
I'm gonna.
Okay, go ahead.
Can
Okay.
I answer?
Yes.
Did you know that I work with a local DJ company and I actually help him set up his equipment and help promote his shows? Did you know that? Did you know, that I like hip hop music? I was brought up on it. I was brought up on hip hop, soul, R&B. How can I forget about? How can I represent our people and you as an individual if I forget where I come from, or forget who I talk to and who I associate? You think I should just cut ties with every single person I ever known my entire life? Do you feel that it's the right thing to do? Do you feel that?
Well, I mean, honestly, you came on my show and said you had 30 people this year that you've known overdose on heroin.
Absolutely.
So, yes, I do feel that you should change your crowd and ditch everybody you're hanging out with. Because if you're going to be in control of my budget, my son's budget, my family all lives in New Hampshire, man, that's our budget that you're going to be playing with, yes, I definitely think you should change it. You don't see Obama hanging out at the club? I guarantee he smoked a little weed back in the day and hung out with some dirty people. But he doesn't anymore because he needs to grow up and make those changes to become the political man that he is today. Now, and I also support
Slicko, what you also got to understand is.
But we're avoiding the question. So my question is, what do you plan to do if you get into office with my budget?
Well, we're gonna get into that tonight, because I don't want to spend all night on this. But you had something you wanted to
I'm just listening to the conversation and the banter back and forth, and it's kind of hilarious, because I mean, it boils down to, you can't judge somebody on the people who they know from their past. Mm-hmm. And basically, it sounds like that's what you're basing this off of. He knows 30 people that overdosed. Everybody knows people that has overdosed.
He hung out with 30 people that shoot heroin, dude.
It's not hanging
That's scary.
out. Hanging
Why
out
are you hanging out with people that do heroin?
All right.
How do you end up meeting 30 people that get addicted to smack?
No, listen. All right. Here's the thing. What I'm saying is, Nobody's saying that you hang out with 30 people who overdose. You know 30 people. It could be people that you went to high school with. I just had a friend 2 years ago who died from heroin and never touched a drug a day in their life. Never.
Yeah, yeah.
That's why it's an epidemic. It's hitting places that people wouldn't even expect it to hit. People were doing this stuff that you never expect to do.
Do you shoot heroin? Do you do heroin?
No, I don't.
Have you ever thought about doing heroin?
No.
Because you have a head on your shoulders. That's why. Because you're not dumb. Okay?
Well,
the people out there doing dope, they're buying it from drug dealers, which means they know heroin dealers. Do you know any heroin dealers, Drew?
No.
Don't answer that. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. That's not what I'm calling. Let's forget that whole situation, okay? I know that Matt has a show to uphold here, and I can't stay up the whole time. So let me get to my last thing.
Yeah.
You came on my show and Matt's show and made reason to believe that you've been at the Portsmouth shipyard. When you say, I work at the Portsmouth shipyard, most people are going to assume you're welding, you're doing something. What do you do at the Portsmouth shipyard?
You want to know? I work on the shipyard for a third independent contractor. On the shipyard, servicing stuff that I love to do, making money for stuff that I like to do. Servicing our men and women in uniform? Come on, man. I work on the shipyard at a sub shop.
You told my co-host you work at a sub shop on the Portsmouth shipyard.
Absolutely.
Do you not serve subs at the Portsmouth shipyard?
I just said that.
Are you not working at a restaurant there?
I just said that.
Yeah,
servicing
that's what he's saying.
The United States personnel, government
it's
personnel.
It's really broken up on my end over here.
I'm going to tell you this.
Okay, so you can't, don't act like you've been at the shipyard 10 years grinding if that's not what you're doing. Stop playing on words, okay? Playing on words is lying, okay? We'll donate a portion of the profits. You guys didn't make any profits, so you didn't donate. You came on my show and said that show was a good show. Fact is, I already knew that it was crap. Now, I expected you to at least donate some money, but you didn't, and I already knew that. Do you know, Shawn, before you came on my show, I knew everything I know today about you? Google, man. Google tells you a lot of things. People come to me. Nobody on the streets right now who I've talked to, not even bringing your name up, your name was brought up by them. You're not liked by a lot of people because you're wishy-washy. You're back and forth with your political decisions on what you vote for. You jump from district to district to district to district. You've never won. You've gotten fired from some jobs. This is all on the internet. These are facts. Okay? People mess up whatever you're trying to do good. I get it.
All right.
Okay? I came on the show for two reasons. One, I want that $20 donated to my son's name.
Absolutely, no problem.
Two, I want people to know that you bend the truth really hard, really hard, like a pool noodle. Okay? You're bending things to make yourself look good, and that's not cool. And last, I really want you to take a look at what's surrounding you. The heroin people that are ODing around you, the rappers, the club scene, and all that junk, expletives deleted junk that surround your life. If you really want this position and you really want to make a difference, that's the first key. Because guess what? I've kicked out hundreds of people in my life. Hundreds. I got a 2-year-old kid. I'll put that on anything. On anything. You tell me my best friend's shooting dope, guess what? I'm going to kick him to the curb.
All right.
Bottom line. I don't feel for that. The Narcan, the bringing these people back to life, it's a waste of taxpayers' money. All the heroin stuff that you're trying to promote, all the heroin stuff you're trying to do, and you surround your campaign by, it's junk, dude.
All right.
Just like the junk that's going in the needles. So I'm done. That's all I had to say.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Send me that stuff, and I can call them, and that $20 donated, I'll take everything offline. But the longer this waits, the more shares that gets, the more people that like and comment. It's out there, man, and there's nothing you can do about it. I'm allowed to base my opinion, all right?
All right.
Absolutely.
Just like anybody who's trashing Trump or Hillary right now, I'm allowed to do that.
And I appreciate your opinion.
I'm free to go. I'm going to let your best friend call in next, and we'll see how that goes. I'm going to listen to the show. Anything you got to say, I'm going to be listening. I'm going to jump
All
in
right.
the chat room, but I don't want to take all Matt's show.
All right, Slicko.
But I hope you make some changes in your life, and I hope you do make it.
All right,
Don't
Slicko.
be playing with my budget for heroin addicts. That's all I'm saying.
All right, Slicko.
Absolutely would not.
All right, thank you for the
Thank
call,
you.
my friend. Bye-bye. All right. So now let me ask you this, though, because
Yeah,
this,
go ahead.
this is, he raises a legitimate point.
Yeah.
In terms of your Facebook page,
Mm-hmm.
are you ever concerned about how you market yourself as, because I understand, you don't want to leave behind your friends.
See,
But-
it's not about friends. It's
Yeah.
about where I come from, the community.
Yeah.
Like I've said, and I've always said, that I will fight for my community.
Yeah.
It's not just
And that's
my
your-
friends in
your
the community.
community,
Look
yeah.
at Janet, for instance, which
Yeah.
I would like that video to be showed tonight.
Yeah, yeah.
I fighting for her. I didn't know her from Adam.
Right,
I heard
right.
her on
Yeah,
the show.
she's been on the show, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, go ahead.
we got another call. Hi, welcome to Matt Connarton Unleashed. Who's on the line?
Yeah, this is Tony DeYoung.
Tony DeYoung. I have seen I've seen you on Facebook. Actually, I think, are you the gentleman? You guys are shaking hands
Absolutely,
in
yeah.
that photo. Are
Yeah.
you Tony's manager, or you were at one time, or?
We worked together. What I did is I spoke up for him because he didn't want to sign any contracts with a manager and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
So he asked me, can I help guide him? Help read over some stuff. Work with him and try to help promote it. Because I love, like I said, I like hip hop music. I like rap music. I love R&B.
Yeah.
If there's a local artist, I'm always willing to help somebody out.
Yeah.
And lend them a hand if I have time. And Tony was one of these people that I spoke up for and helped out. And I tried to help him out the best I can. But let's get back to...
Yeah, Tony, what can we do for you?
Well, the reason I wanted to call is because I wanted to touch base on that event, the terminology event.
Yes.
I just think a lot of stuff was said about that, and I just want to clarify what actually happened.
Now, did you play there, or were you present there, or
He's an
Performed.
artist.
you did
I
perform?
was
Okay.
I was one of the main performers there, so
Okay.
I know. Plus, I was with Shawn closely, so I know everything that was going on.
Sure. Okay. Go ahead.
There was a certain person there. When we got there, he changed the age limit.
Really?
The problem was we
Last
had
minute.
a lot of the age limit for hip hop is usually the younger generation.
Right. Was this originally supposed to be all ages?
Yeah, it was
Yes.
supposed to be all ages and
And then it got
promoted.
changed?
And something got
Yes.
mixed up in the communication. That was part of the issues
Oh,
that we had.
okay.
And when we got to the event, we had between 40 and 50 people, high school age, that wanted to come to the show and help
Oh.
out, and they got all shipped away and sent away.
Oh,
and
that's
told
a
not to
bummer.
come.
Oh,
And that
okay.
killed us.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And also, I thought artists acted very unprofessional at that event. I'm not going to name the artist, but I know I was scheduled to be at that show, and I performed. That's the professional way to handle it. They handled it unprofessionally. The people that left, like I said, I'm not going to speak any names because I'm a public figure, so I'm not going to try to throw names out there and stuff. But they know who they are. And I just think it was very unprofessional, and I don't care if I'm performing in one person, two people, whatever. If you're a hip-hop artist, that's what you do. If you're a pop artist,
Yeah,
whatever, it doesn't
any genre,
matter.
yeah.
That's what you got to do. It's your job.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, go ahead, Tony. Did you have anything to add before we move on?
Yeah, I think Shawn Mickelonis is a very good guy. He's helped me out a lot. He's actually a very good friend of mine. Anything, anybody that's got anything negative to say against this guy, honestly, seriously, they either don't know him, like enough to even make an assumption like that, or they're just hating because of something, because of some reason they're hating on him, because in this line of business, there are definitely haters.
All right. Well, Tony, thank you so much
Thank
for
you,
the call
Tony.
tonight.
All right, thank you very much for having me.
All right. Well, you got a supporter there. Yeah, you have a background in the music industry that we've never really. It's funny. When you were on the show before, which was May 4th. We never really got into any of that. But that is an interesting.
See, the thing is, it's just music is like my way away from the world. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? When you listen to music, regardless of what genre, I like rock music, I like country, I like hip hop, R&B, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
It pulls you away. It makes you forget about the real world. And then once you're done listening to a song and you get your mind straight, what happens is you go about your business. You do what you got to do. It's
Right.
a relief.
Yeah.
Temporary relief.
Yeah.
You know, music is everything. A lot of people listen to music every day for
Yeah.
the same reason.
We have another call. Jeez, you're bringing the calls tonight. Wow.
Absolutely.
Hi, welcome to Unleashed. Who's on the line?
Hello, this is Christian.
Hi, Christian.
Hi, Christian.
Welcome.
What's going on, guys?
Not much. What you got?
Not much. I'm just calling because really, technically, this is all because I posted something on Facebook.
Oh, okay. The controversy that we're talking about began with you. Okay.
Yeah, the big controversy is because I posted something about not getting paid, and
Yeah.
I was reaching out to Shawn. I had to make it a valid point to get paid. After 3 months of not getting paid, I shouldn't have to chase for my money.
What was now?
Yeah.
So we're I assume we're talking about the same show, the benefit show, the fundraiser.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I did the security for it, and we had an agreement. It was supposed to be $100 for the show, but because it was a dead show, we made it $50 because I turn around and I set up everything, and me and the other
Did you say
one of the volunteers.
you were working security, Christian? Is that what you said? Just to clarify. Just to clarify, your involvement in the show, you were working security. Is that what you said?
Yeah, I was doing
Okay.
the security for the event.
Gotcha. Okay.
At the point in time, I was Shawn's head of security. That's what he appointed me as.
Okay. Gotcha.
So, and that is true, right, Shawn?
Yes, I did.
For the
Okay.
for the show specifically, or for the campaign?
For the campaign.
For the
Yeah.
campaign,
Yeah.
and I
Oh.
did the show at a reasonable cost because it was part of his campaign.
Oh, okay. I understand.
Yeah,
Okay.
Christian's absolutely right. Let me just step in real quick, Christian, if you don't mind. He's absolutely right. I mean, he did work out a deal with the other person that I was involved with, and I was there too. But I was running around it was at my event on the 18th. I was running around with my head chopped off, which Christian kept on saying, "Hey, Shawn, sit down." But I've never been the type of person to sit down and just relax.
Yeah.
I want things to go right.
Yeah.
So this individual, worked out a deal with him at the event on the 22nd for $50. Okay,
Well, when you say this individual, who do you mean?
the individual that I was working with, that I was telling you about earlier.
With the tour?
No, not with the tour. I had a secondary person that owns the two businesses in New Hampshire.
Oh, I understand. Okay.
Yeah, and
Okay.
what happened is
Silent partner.
I personally forgot all about it. Like I said,
Yeah.
it just when you sometimes you got to take your losses and just keep moving forward.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what I did, because I have a campaign to run, like I said.
Yeah.
So I was keep going forward, and he hit me, called me and let me know what was going on. I was trying to talk to him because he promised him X amount of money, so he said he was going to pay him, and there was a huge communication issue. Christian did get paid. I paid him today.
Okay.
And I didn't do it because he posted on Facebook. I did it because he needed to get paid.
It took me to book something, get this big controversy going, which I didn't expect to go as far as it did. I expected it as going, I want my money, I'm tired of waiting, and it went further. I can't stop other people's beliefs and everything else on it. I tried to do an event for Hope on Haven Hill, and I mentioned to do it with Shawn, and they told me that I couldn't do that if I had Shawn there because of the no donation to Project Hope, because him not donating, because he called Hope on Haven Hill the night before the 22nd to ask them to donate the money there as well. So, I don't know what else is going on. I don't care. It's not my business, but
I think
some people have their donations that deserve to be donated, and that's that.
I think
I
Shawn.
got my money. I was made correct today. He
Right.
came here. He
He paid
handed
you.
me a check. I respectfully took it, shook his hand, and told him, "Thank you. I'm sorry that I had to go this way."
I think Shawn wanted to address something you said there.
I did not call Hope on Haverhill at all, my friend, at all.
I talked to Jolene and the
Colleen that's there. They're the ones that told me about it.
Yeah.
That's how I knew that you didn't do the donation for Project Hope, because they confirmed it.
Okay, I didn't call them at all.
I'm just telling you what they said. I don't personally care.
No,
I just told you like what it was about.
But I'm gonna apologize for right. I'm sorry it took so long for you to get the $50. So I'm glad you got your money. That's the most important thing. And I just want
And
to.
like I said, I shook it in responsibly and respectfully, and I took it and I left it at that.
And I do appreciate you calling in too. I really do appreciate it.
Yeah.
I know that it's a bust here and there, but even a little bit. Any money, doesn't matter what it is, it gets donated. That's just the way it goes.
Right.
Doesn't matter if you lose money, because it's like me.
Wow.
Drew even knows if he did a show and lost money and there was money at the door, it gets donated. It's the same thing with everybody. Doesn't matter if you get your money back, you still donate what's there.
All right. Well,
That's the way it is.
Christian, thank you so much for the call tonight. We appreciate it.
Yep. Have a good night, guys.
All right. You too. Bye-bye. All right. So you made things right with him. That's
Yeah.
good.
The thing that I find that's funny about this whole situation is so many people are sitting here and they're speaking about the music industry and how things work and everything else. These are small venues, okay? And the whole reason why most people do that, they could call it a bend on words or whatever they want to call it. The reason why people say a portion of the proceeds will be donated is because a lot of people don't have those thousands of dollars to just throw up, but they want to do something for a cause.
Right.
So, yes, they started off with a small budget of money, and then basically the way the shows work out is you started off with that small budget of money. Whatever is left over out of that budget, you take out of what comes through the door, the remaining proceeds, you donate.
Right. Yeah.
If you take a loss and you're paying out of the pocket $1,000, I don't see too many people that's going to turn around and be like, hey, you know what? I took a loss, but I said I was going to donate some money. Let me take another $1,000 and donate it to that cause.
Yeah.
It would be a great thing to do.
It is extremely difficult.
As somebody in the district, can I say the more this is like hearing the Presidium arguing with each other. The more important issue is what you were trying to do, and what Slicko is saying. Oh, you shouldn't be helping people that are on heroin, which I was going to have
Which I would disagree
drug
with him
users
on,
on my
and I think we all-
show.
yeah.
I agree.
I have Matt in the show, and they relapsed, and so they weren't on my
Yeah.
show. This is something that, people really. Okay, you had an event and it fell apart. Yeah, okay.
We actually,
you went on. The more important thing is about what you were trying to do to help people. I find that more important.
we have oh, I'm sorry. John.
It's still. It sounds like angry Rochester right there.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I know. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see who
think
this is.
heroin, it's an issue that has to be addressed.
I agree. Hi, welcome to Unleashed. Who's on the line?
Hey, Matt, it's Janet.
Janet Del Fuco. How are you?
Yeah, good. How are you?
Doing well. Doing well. Welcome.
Yeah, how's life treating you, buddy? Good?
What's that? Yes. We have
Yeah,
I don't know if we're gonna have time for it, but we
I've
have
been watching this program on and off tonight when my phone lets me with Shawn and everything that's going on. And
Yes.
I got to tell you, I think it's a shame that one person is going to sit here and try to shed a bad light on somebody that's trying to help everybody and that's trying to become part of the executive council for the state to fix all the corruption. And I think after tonight's little episode with the FBI and Hillary Clinton, I'm not feeling so bad that I got screwed over by New Hampshire's finest government. It seems like that just seems to be the roll of the wind these days with this country.
Well, that's glass half
But
full.
I think, my 2 cents in is I totally support Shawn for executive council. I think we need him. And I don't think that this one person over here, whatever his name is, should ruin it for the rest of us that need somebody like him to voice for us that are getting screwed over in this state.
Well, maybe Shawn can hire you for security because I think he needs somebody. given.
Shawn can protect himself.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm just kidding.
And Actually, I'm speaking on at her cookout that she's doing on the 23rd
Oh, very good.
and stuff.
That's right.
And
I am having a Meet the Candidates cookout July 23rd at my house. Frank Elderbloom's going to be here because, I'm totally supporting him for governor, and Shawn and a couple other people running for Congress and state rep positions.
Yeah.
So you guys should all come and say hey, Anybody, it's an open house. Anybody's welcome to come. It's on my Facebook page, Janet Del Fuco, if anybody is interested in coming down to meet all the candidates.
Well, I know that Shawn, and I don't know if we're going to have time for it. We have a video that
long's
Shawn
the video?
had sent.
just a couple minutes.
Can you link it
Yeah.
on IPM Nation?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We can share the link out. But
Or
but
on your Facebook page.
on Facebook, yeah. But Shawn, so you had gone to court recently with Janet, correct?
I went
To
to
help
the
her?
actually went to Concord and actually went in front of the committee, and we had
Okay.
a judge, a sitting judge there, and a state senator, 2 state reps there, and I addressed it. And honestly, this video would tell you everything about it.
Okay, we'll try to sneak that in. Janet, why don't we we'll let you go so we can play this this video really quick.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks, Janet.
And Matt, it was good seeing you, and best wishes to Jen. I see she has a GoFund page. I hope that everything works out for her.
Oh, Janet, thank you so much. Absolutely, thank you.
Yeah. All right, I'll talk to you soon, Matt.
All right,
Thanks,
take
Janet.
care. Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, so, Shawn, I'm going to try to get this to, because you told me what time to start it at. But tell us, let's see if it'll play. Tell us what,
Now blow it up now.
tell us what we're about to see.
What we're about to see, we went in front of a committee. Janet came to me. I saw her on the show, and she also came to me. And I was touching base with her because she wanted to call really bad the last time I came on your show.
All right. I'm sorry. I'm not going to be able to play it because I can't find the, there's no time on this QuickTime player. So
It's
I
it's
can't,
a little bit further.
I mean, I can't, we're almost out of time, so I don't want to spend a lot of
There
time
it is,
looking
right
for
there.
it. All right, well, here, I'll just click play on that. And let me
It's
blow
not
it-
on.
let me-
on
I didn't see
blow it up
anything.
here.
I signed the very last
if I
page
can,
and
if I
I
can make it
left.
full screen.
5 months later, he hauled
I don't
me
know if I'm
into
going to be able to do
court.
it. Yeah, this isn't going to work.
we have to download it.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Shawn, because I got to be able to make it full screen to
Okay.
watch it on the monitor.
No.
Otherwise, well, no, okay, it's on there. It's on there. Let me play a little bit of it.
And he proclaimed to the judges that I was the worst parent on the face of the earth.
So that's you with
And I
Janet.
didn't deserve
Absolutely,
my
at
kids,
this
but yet I was raising my kids by myself from the ages of
And,
6 and 8.
what was the committee
until
called?
11 and 13.
It was the court
I put
system
myself through
forum.
nursing school,
It was
orthopedic school.
what happened
I had
is
4 major
Janet's
back
been having some
surgeries
issues with
and
the
an
court
emergency
system.
gallbladder
So
surgery,
I
took care of
approached,
my own house and
me and
7
Janet
acres.
were talking.
And
She
to
wanted to
this
ask
day,
me a
I'm
bunch of
still
questions
single.
what I would do in her case.
I did
And
nothing
we
wrong.
talked, and I
He walked
showed up
away
in
from the
Concord
womb.
in
After fighting
extremely
in
hot
family court
weather.
for 3 years over
It was
this issue.
roasting,
Okay?
and I spoke up,
Nothing got
and my
resolved.
words are
The
just
only thing
exactly
that got
that.
resolved
You know,
was I lost
is in this
custody of
video.
my
This video will
13-year-old son
show
with a
what
restraining
I've done,
order.
and I've been supportive
That
of
little
her
boy that was
ever since.
Well, I'm gonna share it. I'll share it out on Facebook. We're gonna leave that be for now because we're
Right, visit
we're already
IPM
almost out of
Nation.
time.
Yep.
But on
And
Facebook,
that
people will be able to, because the Facebook video, it's not like YouTube. It doesn't let you just download it and blow it up. But who was? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Can I address some things?
Anything you want? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Please.
Okay. This whole the reason why for me to come on the show, okay, is they said all the positive things that I've done in the community. Okay, if negatives come up, I'm doing something right. Because of the reason why I'm saying that is if everything's always positive in the political field, and it lets you bother you, and sorry, let me rephrase that. If a negative comes out and you're always doing positive things, you're obviously not doing something right.
Yeah.
There's always a negative, especially in politics. And another thing I want to address too, I mean, the majority of this stuff that happened didn't have to go on social media. It could have just went to a private message to me or gave me a phone call because everybody knows my cell phone number, and just say, "Hey, Shawn, you know, I'm human.
Sure.
I'm gonna make my mistakes.
Sure.
You know, why discredit my name and my integrity over a show that was a mistake and it was an issue?
Yeah.
Okay? No problem. I'm not the hardest. I'm a very easygoing guy. You talk to me and I'll talk to you.
Yeah,
no
yeah,
problem. I
yeah.
won't turn you away and I won't face it. And to be honest with you, this right here was nothing but a test of what I can deal with.
Oh,
As
yeah,
opposed-
absolutely.
Once
yeah.
I'm elected, if I could deal with scrutiny like happened today over $50 or $20 or not be able to donate money to a cause that I really wanted to get money donated to, but things just messed up.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't demean who I am as an individual. You know, I'm a man.
Right.
Okay? And I'm a person that will represent these people 150%. And I will do whatever necessary to fight for it. Is everything going to be perfect and hunky-dory? No, it is not.
Right, right.
But the fact is, you know, a lot of people say, if you get elected, is my budgeting money going to be wasted? No, it is not. Because I'll tell you, like one of the big things, they just voted on Planned Parenthood.
Planned Parenthood.
Recent. They just allocated more money out of our budget, out of our taxpayers' money for this, which is going to downshift down to our communities and to our taxpayers. I would have voted against that.
Was there an increase, or I thought it was just to continue to fund it?
To refund it. But the thing is, where are we going to pull that money? Absolutely, like Slicko said.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? We don't have the money in the budget to keep on allocating different money. Something like that, we would have needed to wait into the next budget cycle and then re-implement it and do it the legitimate way. And on top of that, that's unacceptable. It was a rushed effort again by our legislative branch, by our executive branch. Okay, that needs to stop. That is unacceptable. And when I get in there, I'm actually literally gonna talk to people. I'm literally gonna read up on things. Yeah, you know, some people say I'm wishy-washy. You know why? Because I'm fighting against the party politics. I'm a Democrat on a Democratic ticket, but I'll tell you right now, I don't care what party you're part of. And I don't care what you believe in. What the most important thing is, I want to hear what you got to say, and I want to research it and get proof of this, and then act accordingly to help the people out there.
Well, it certainly shows an independent streak if you, I mean, as a Democrat, if you were to vote to defund Planned Parenthood. That's
honestly
not the typical Democratic stance on that issue.
To be strictly honest, I'm a supporter of Planned Parenthood, but I am not a supporter of PAC political interest groups donating money to candidates and then asking the state for more money. Mm-hmm. That's absolutely irate. Why are you going to donate hard taxpayers' money, donation money, to political candidates to get them in office and then ask the state, oh, can I have some budgeting money?
Right.
Don't you think that's a waste of money on its own?
Yeah, if we had more time, actually, we could get into that deeper in terms of Planned Parenthood.
But I would love to come back so we can actually talk about.
I do want to have you back to do that. Absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
But I wanted to say thank you because this stuff needed to be addressed. And this right here, me showing up today, proves one thing and one thing only: I can handle that office. I can handle the stress. I can handle the scrutiny, and I can handle whatever comes at me. And you know something? And I will continue to do so. I'm not flustered. I'm not mad. I got to laugh because you cannot fight against ignorance. Ignorance kills all. Okay? I'm going to keep it positive. I never once said anything negative about anybody that called today.
That's true. That is true, yeah.
And you know something? They have their opinions, and I'll tell you right now, I will make do on that event. I will donate that $20 out of my own pocket.
Yeah.
Because you know something? He's absolutely right. Okay? And I'm not afraid to do that.
Yeah.
You know? Approach me. Don't put it on social media and try to tarnish my name for what?
Well, that is the world we live in with social media.
And
nowadays.
Everything's very, very
you should
public.
read the things I've had in the past 3 years.
and Matt, I saw the message that you wrote on Facebook about the thing. You're like, yikes, you didn't know what to believe. And I was looking at it, and I'm like, you know something? And I read all the messages going down, and I didn't respond to any of them. Yeah. And the reason why I didn't respond, because I'm not going to feed into negativity. Negativity creates more negativity. And I'm going to tell you right now, like he said, I'm not going to waste my taxpayers' money to help people sticking needles in it. We have to help them. We have an obligation to help them. We got to help our loved ones. And yes, I've lost a lot of people, but I'm going to make this straight right now. I do not hang out with people that shoot up heroin.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people going to school. I went to college You know, actually, one of the Facebook things it said I was a loser for working on the shipyard for Blimpies making sandwiches. That's unacceptable. You know something? I don't care. You can call me a loser. I'll be happy to be a loser to support our military personnel. I'll do whatever it takes for them. They shed their blood and they die for us. Why can't I give back? And being an educated individual that went to UMass and graduated in college in criminal justice, do something I love doing.
Yeah.
And I did it for 3 years. Sorry. And I want to say thank you, Drew, for coming out.
No problem. No problem.
We gotta
Pass that microphone.
quickly because I'm getting the wrap up signal. but-
Yeah. My thing about it is, I just wanted to touch base. There is a lot of things that's going on, and just like a lot of people don't realize that these people who have addictions, they do need help. They do need help, and some places aren't there to help them. A lot of people don't even know. I had one friend who actually had a cocaine problem, and they came to me. They needed somebody to talk to just to keep them from falling off the wagon.
Yeah.
I don't do anything, so I was that go-to. But when we called to actually have them put in a treatment center, you actually have to have drugs in your system to go into a center.
We have to go. We're about to get
Thank
cut
you.
off. So Drew, thank you. Sean, thank you so
Absolutely.
much.
No problem.
Shawn Mickelonis, John Hopwood, as always, thank you.
Thank you.
And thanks everybody. We'll talk at y'all later. Bye bye. Yeah, I'm sorry. Drew. I was getting